You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, General Hospital fans. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got your 2-week GH spoilers. These run from Monday, November 13th, all the way through Friday, November 24th. Yes, that encompasses Thanksgiving week, and we've got some info for you on what you can expect, what preemptions to anticipate, as well as all the hot spoilers we have for you. Hey, if you haven't, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our GH updates. Now let's jump right in. On Monday, November 13th, we have Michael taken by surprise. I don't think this is about the Nina thing. I think this is about Ned having his memories back and showing up at ELQ, ready to jump back into corporate life after being Eddie Main for several months. So that should be interesting. Nina Reeves is angry on Monday, and I expect it's something to do with what happened with Charlotte. She knows that Charlotte has been tormenting Anna, but I'm guessing that her anger might still be at Anna, which is totally wrong, but Nina's lately a lot more wrong than she is right. So that's where I'm feeling that spoiler's headed. Gregory opens up to his son Chase. I'm sure this is more about his ALS battle and wanting to just live as much life as he can while he still has his, faculties about him. So we'll see. Brook Lynn Quartermaine is busy plotting with her mom, Lois Cerullo. I think Lois wants BLQ to go ahead and accept the gift from Tracy to take deception over, so that she can then turn around and let Maxie and Lucy run the way they want to. Tracy won't like that. And so I think that Lois is going to connive with BLQ to come up with a way to force Tracy's hand to where I'll take it from you, but only if I have complete autonomy and the shares are in my name, so you can't come get up my butt, that kind of thing. And it's the perfect time to conspire because Tracy is over in Amsterdam sorting out Luke's affairs. I told you guys that I thought this was part of setting up for the Bobby Spencer exit storyline. I did a standalone video on it. If you check recent videos or the GH playlist, you can watch that. I'm not going to dig into the whole thing, but I have a firm idea of what I think is happening with that. Anna updates Jordan and Dante. I wonder if she's going to tell them about Charlotte. This is hard territory to be in. And the reason I don't think that she tells them yet is because a spoiler coming next week, which I'll tell you about week after next, which I'll tell you about in just a second. All right. This coming Tuesday, the 14th, Finn gets upsetting news. Maybe it's about his dad. And Carly goes to see Sonny. And I'm sure this is just going to be them chatting about Drew being out of prison, just a little catch up sesh. And Spencer tries to talk Esme out of moving out of Laura's apartment, and I don't think she's going to listen. And Spencer, ticked Trina off. Trina's reaction was everybody's reaction when Spencer said, "Oh, Esme's going to move out." Trina's like, "Finally!" I think we all said the same thing. He blew up. She blew up. She dumped him. I don't know if she really meant it or if that was a heat of the moment thing, but there is trouble ahead for them, which I hate because I'm a big Sabrina shipper. Also on Tuesday, Ava has some advice for Trina. Maybe it's about how to handle Spencer. Ava has been on the receiving end of a lot of trouble from Spencer over the past few years. So her advice might be solid just about what he's capable of. And Ava knows about slippery men because she's dealing with Austin right now. Meanwhile, speaking of Austin, Dante interrogates the good doctor. Technically, he's a bad doctor on Tuesday. And I'm sure it is about the whole situation with Mason and the kidnapping. Wednesday, November 15th sees TJ Ashford very upset. Again, this could be about the Mason thing. If he thinks Mason's going to get away with yet another crime, I think he's going to be upset. And Maxie has a surprising announcement. That same day, Cyrus issues a warning, maybe to Mason, maybe to Austin. That's my guess. And Diane has a lot of things to get off her chest, and her bestie, Alexis, listens. And Marshall and Curtis do some father-son bonding, which is very nice. On Thursday, the 16th, Anna catches up with Sonny. I am certain she's going to tell him about Charlotte and about Nina and the deleted footage. If he's curious, how do you know this? I think she's going to tell him everything. She might even assume that he already knows that Nina told him. But either way, I don't think Anna's going to tell the police the truth right away, but I do think she will tell Sonny the truth. Dex issues a warning to Joss. This could be about this Adam kid. Ava is upset and lashing out. I'm guessing that's about Austin. And Molly is blindsided. Their surrogate has more scenes. I think she is going to have miscarried the baby or something like that. I don't think the surrogacy thing is going to work out with that specific person, because Christina's going to be dragged into it because they specifically enticed Kate Mansi to take the role by promising she'd be part of an endometriosis storyline because Kate herself has endometriosis. So I feel certain she's going to wind up being their surrogate, and we're about to get there, I think, towards the end of Sweeps. Cody comes clean to someone, and then on Friday the 17th, Sonny wants answers from Nina. I know we were all hoping that it was answers about why she called the SEC, but I think it's going to be answers about Charlotte and that deleted security footage. Laura has an offer for someone. This might be about Esme and the apartment and everything, but Spencer's a real butthurt over it. And Robert needs some help from Felicia. Maybe this is about doing something for Anna, because there are some Robert and Anna spoilers for next week. And Willow encourages Carly, while Jocelyn drops some very harsh truths on Spencer. All right. Going into next week, I've got a couple of spoilers for every day and then preemption updates. On Monday, the 20th, Jocelyn helps out her troubled school chum, Adam. This guy is stressed out. His parents are on his butt. He is making A's, but not as high of A's as he thinks he needs. I definitely think he is going to have some kind of serious mental health struggle that she's going to help him through. Meanwhile, Ned finds himself very annoyed with Drew and Michael. This is all kind of full circle, because remember, Ned was annoyed with Drew and Michael before, and he felt like they were ganging up on him, and he's, of course, sitting on this secret about Nina, so it's going to be hard, and them pushing him around might cause him to come clean about this sooner rather than later. Tuesday, November 21st, Anna is completely crushed and her heart is broken. Of course, this is all about Valentine's betrayal and him covering up for Charlotte. I don't think she would have minded him covering up for Charlotte if she were also part of the cover up. If he had told her, instead of letting her live in terror. And as she said, the shooting is basically his fault, because had she known it was Charlotte, she wouldn't have ever had the gun in her hand. And there's a lot of people angry at her right now. Remember, Liz was really cold to her last week because Liz was raging about why was Anna out on Halloween with a gun around all those kids. And that's a fair question. Even though Anna was scared, that's still a very fair question. Wednesday, November 22nd, the day before Thanksgiving, we have Dante getting a lead in Anna's case, which is very interesting because in terms of the arson and the vandalism, we know who did it. We still don't know who did the shooting. There's no way that was Charlotte. I just can't imagine she was taking sniper classes at her fancy European boarding school. But you never know. I mean, Victor might have been training, her to be an assassin, his granddaughter assassin. Nothing. You can't ever say that Victor wouldn't do that, because I don't think there's anything Victor wouldn't do. Also on Wednesday, Anna confronts Valentine. I feel like this is the end for them, at least for a while. And I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken about the Sabrina thing, and now I'm heartbroken about the Vanna thing. So all my ships are falling apart. This is not what I wanted for Christmas. It's happening, but it's not what I wanted. All right. So here's where things get weird in terms of holidays and preemptions. Very, very rarely does General Hospital air a new episode on Thanksgiving. Almost always it is a encore episode, aka a rerun, and then on Friday, Black Friday, is always all football preemptions. Okay, so when we got the spoilers for this week, there's no spoilers for Friday, as expected, for the football preemption, but there are a few spoilers for Thursday the 23rd, which is Thanksgiving Day. I'm going to tell you these spoilers, but I am not confident that they belong on this day. I feel like they may be for Monday the 27th after Thanksgiving, and they just kind of got lumped in. I'm struggling to remember, and if you guys remember, drop it in the comments when General Hospital has aired a Thanksgiving episode. They have a Thanksgiving episode, but it's never on Thanksgiving. It's always the Quartermaine disaster with the turkey that something bad happens to, and then they have pizza, like always. So this is kind of weird that I've got some Thursday, November 23rd spoilers. I'm going to tell them to you, but I don't think they're happening that day. But I'd be happy to watch a GH episode on Thanksgiving after my belly's full of turkey, so we'll see. Gloria Cerullo, aka Lois Cerullo's mom, played by Ellen Travolta, shows up in Port Charles and helps the Quartermaines with the turkey. Maybe all it takes is a bunch of Brooklynites in the kitchen and they will, finally get turkey on the table. It's supposed to be a surprising Thanksgiving, and the only thing that would be surprising is if they didn't actually have pizza. And that same day, whenever these spoilers happen, Robert surprises Anna. I think he is maybe going to have Thanksgiving with her. He's single, he and Diane are kind of having a chat, but it's not even a relationship right now, and he seems very determined to keep Anna in good spirits. Plus, he would be thrilled to know she dumped Valentine because he doesn't like the guy one bit. Calls him Valentin. I love that Australian accent. Tristan Rogers was my first soap crush, but this was like way back when I was a kid and he was already a grown man, but that accent, I just loved Robert. I never did care for Luke. He just wasn't my type, Scotty was a lot of fun, but Robert was my jam when I was a kid and was first watching this. So it's a lot of fun. All right. That's all the 2-week spoilers. If you haven't already, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our General Hospital updates. As soon as I have more information about what is happening on Thanksgiving, I'll let you guys know. But for right now, again, I expect an encore episode on Thursday, and I expect these spoilers to slide into another date. But again, I'd watch it if they show us one. That would be fan-damn-tastic. All right, come back later today right here on our YouTube channel for your weekly General Hospital Prediction Edition. Thanks for talking soaps with me every day. Be sure and subscribe if you haven't already, and check back later for more. As always, this is Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.